All right, what's up, everybody? Man, a change of pace here. Uh, we're unsupervised. Ivan is nowhere to be seen, so we could pretty much do whatever we want right now.
What's I think the saying was when the cat's away, the mice will play.
Yes.
Mike? How do you feel about this? Instead of are we gonna do the wheel, or do you want to go rock paper scissors?
You know what? Screw tradition. Let's do rock, paper, scissors.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's see if latency really affects this game. How well latency affects this. All right, you guys. This is the match of the century. This is the main event on the card. Like rock paper scissors is like Okada Kenny Omega.
Nice.
All right, ready? One, two, rock.
Hey, no, what? Okay, give me.
Oh wait, no, I gotta keep it at camera level. Hold on. Let me lower my camera. All right.
All right. Count us off.
3, 2, 1. Okay, one more time.
One more. Omega Okada 2.
Yeah. Omega. Yeah, you got me.
Okay, all right. So, okay.
Was it the loser goes first or the?
I think it's.
We didn't determine.
I think it's the winner chooses whether he wants to go first. Right?
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, that makes sense. There you go.
All right. Sure. Why not? I'll go first.
Okay.
Let's do it alphabetical order. All right. Let's see. So there's been a lot of backstage moments in WWE, and I'm pretty sure we can all agree that this list could be 50, entries for sure. But of course, top 5, right? We only get 5. Here are my top 5. Number 5 is the David Schultz slap. I don't even remember how
I didn't think you'd go that angle. I didn't think you'd go.
I mean,
you're going for the juicy, controversial.
Yes. Controversial. Controversy creates cash. Absolutely.
That's next level controversy.
I like that. Yes. So there's that. He slapped the reporter, and you want to say wrestling's fake? Boom. Right there. Knocked the taste out of him.
Not feel fake, just right away.
And so I mean, come on. And that led to a bunch of other stuff which is documented on Dark Side of the Ring. So you guys could go check that out for sure.
Highly recommend it.
Yes, absolutely.
If you want to stare at John Stossel today, he's on Fox Business Channel.
Mm-hmm. And so number 4 is the Mae Young giving a birth to a hand. Now, I've brought this up a couple of times on Circle Debates, and to me, this is one of those. You can only get away with this in the Attitude Era. Imagine a 70-year-old lady nowadays giving a birth to a hand that Mark Henry is the father. Come on, that just will not fly nowadays. So that's my number 4.
Mike, question: do you think have you bought candy from like a really like cheap, like a bodega type 99-cent store, or like a gummy candy from like a ghetto ice cream truck?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Where do you think that hand came from? That's clearly. I wonder, was it like a gummy hand? Was it like the sticky hands? It had to be.
It looked kind of plastic to me. I wouldn't doubt it. It came from that Halloween shop on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah. Vince went and got it himself. He was there. He's like, and he paid. He even haggled for it to pay as little as he could for it.
Good business.
That's how billionaires stay rich.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Number 3 is Jim Ross being burned alive. So, yes. I actually...
Talk about grilling JR.
Right. Oh. I see what you did there. Good old JR. He always was at the receiving end of these bad stuff going on to him, from the Kiss My Ass Club to being burned by Kane, and it didn't even look like a good burning, but I sure had a good laugh. It did not have the effect that I think they were going for, because they were going for like, oh, look at how menacing Kane is now, but it came off as comedic to me. So there's that. Number three. Number two, you want to talk about controversy? It doesn't get more controversial than Katie Vick's funeral. I mean, come on. Again, this was at the tail end of at the Attitude Era, kind of going into Ruthless Aggression. That was just a moment where I feel like WWE probably just was like, okay, you know what? You can do whatever you want, Triple H. You want to dress up as Kane? Sure. You want to hump a doll in a casket? Go for it. Feel free.
I screwed your brains out.
Well, let me ask you, Matt. How old were you when you saw that?
I think I might have been like 12 or 13. I actually have a TV in my room so my parents can walk in. Like, I had a TV and a cable box in my room, and I also had VHS tapes. So sometimes I would record it while I did my homework, and then I'd also have Kazaa on, and I'd check how well I'd check how long my downloads were going on. So I was probably checking my downloads, eating my bagel bites, and watching that all at the same time. I probably choked on my bagel bite while that happened. I'm like, oh.
Oh man, it was just, Kazaa, by the way, is a major throwback to me, and LimeWire and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Not that I used it, never, but
we had friends who used it.
Exactly. There you go. So that's my number two. Number one, my favorite, is the Shockmaster. I anytime I need a good laugh, the Shockmaster, you can count on the Shockmaster too.
Did he ever make the sign with his hands? I don't think he ever.
I don't know. All I remember is that helmet fell off. The bedazzled stormtrooper helmet. He was booked to be this menacing thing or whatever, and you had the voice. Who did the voice? Arn Anderson?
I think it was either Arn or Ole.
Yeah.
They're not brothers in real life, for those who don't know.
Really? See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not actually brothers.
Huh.
All the Andersons aren't related either.
Well, there you go. The more you know. Circle Debate turns it educational.
It's like the Ramones. Also, the Ramones aren't related.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. There should be like a Andersons like punk band, and and it's got like Arn and Ole, and then with the Ramones logo.
Nice. We'll get on that. CircleDebate.com. But yes, so Shockmaster always gives me a good laugh. I could have the bluest day, and just seeing that man fall in his debut, it brightens up my day. So there you go. Shockmaster number one.
Your honorable mentions.
Two honorable mentions. You know what? Now that I'm kind of saying this, I kind of wish this would have been my number one, to be honest. And that's Steiner Math. So many memes of Scott Steiner and you have 33 and a third chance of beating me at Sacrifice, Samoa Joe. But Kurt Angle, he knows he can't beat me, so I take that 33 plus my 33, and I don't know, it's so on and so forth.
You got 100. You got 73 and 2/3 chance. I've got 70. No, Mike. I don't know if you've seen this promo recently, or this parody recently. So when Brandy tweeted out that this promo will be inspirational to our future daughter that will be born, and it's a picture of Steiner.
Even my dogs love it. Yes.
Yeah.
They agree, and they're mad at me because I didn't put it as my number one.
Very true.
Yes. And let's see. Okay. Honorable mention number two. I was a little bit split on this, but you know what? I'm gonna go with Edge and Kurt Angle. When Edge was he went up to Kurt and he said, "Oh, hey, look at these pictures from from back in the day," and then Kurt Angle's holding them up, and it says, and in the back, Kurt Angle did not know. It was like, "Oh, I suck. Yes, I do. Yes, I really suck," and then and something, and I'm losing my hair or something like that, and so that to me is always a fun one to watch back. So honorable mention number 2.
All right, that's a pretty solid list, I must say. And Mike, we'll actually revisit that in just a few minutes because I'll actually fill you in on what you were missing out on, and you'll get. So I guess I've got, for those who don't know, I have a little bit of an acting background. I had acting class back in elementary school and middle school. So instead of using actual clips that other shows do, you'll get kind of like my rendition of it, more or less. So my number 5 is going to be Booker T, Goldust in the hotel. When Booker T took, he was hooking up with a date with a woman, and they're about to, turn the lights off, and I can't believe they brought a camera in there into the hotel. Like, that's a backstage. That's like all the way backstage. It's like, I like it with the lights off. And Booker T says, I want you to kiss me here. You want me to kiss you where? Tell me you did not just say that. You want me to kiss you where? Now where do you want to kiss me? I want you to come back to Goldust. And he turns the light on, and Goldust is wearing the nightie. And I was like, I bought this nightie for nothing. And then Booker T runs out of bed, and you could actually see Booker T's actual bare butt cheeks on cable television. It was completely exposed, and like you talk about stuff that you can't get away with during nowadays. I think that was around the same time that Marlon Wayne showed his bare butt cheeks on like cable television at the MTV VMAs. Huh. So I guess a lot of guys were getting away with being naked on cable TV.
Well, yeah, again, that's not something nowadays.
Yeah.
I think, the Kiss My Ass Club would not apply either nowadays.
That's included in there. So number 4. So this would be when the Hurricane was caught hiding out in The Rock's locker room. It's like, what you doing here watching The Rock run around butt naked here? Well, apparently the Scorpion King has a tiny ding-a-ling. Whoa. Don't tell anybody all that. Hey, easy, big fella. You know about that. You know about the people's strudel.
Good stuff right there.
So that's my number 4. Number 3 is the one actually you mentioned. So it's the one with it's Kurt Angle and Edge, I'm not mistaken, and with the signs coming down. So the 2 other signs that was coming down, I was like, oh no, it's okay, Kurt. Well, totally, I respect you and everything you are. Yeah, and he's holding up the signs in the background, and it's like, it says Sphincter. The other sign said Sphincter Boy, and the other one said, I have no testicles. So,
there you go, that one. Yes, I was missing that one.
Yeah, I was dying when I was watching that. All right, my number 3. Oh no, is that my no? No, that was my. I think my number 2 is The Rock when the draft was about to happen. With this was when the draft was about to happen, and The Rock. Like, people were wondering where The Rock. It's like people asked where The Rock's gonna be. Is The Rock gonna be on Raw? Is The Rock gonna be on SmackDown? Is The Rock gonna be on the Osbournes? The Rock could be on Frasier. Oh, hello, Niles. Oh, shut up, jabroni. Like, it's like kicking Niles in the nuts on Frasier.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I forgot who he was talking to. Was it Coach or Kevin?
It might have. It was probably Coach. It was. I think it was after Kevin Kelly was gone. So this was right before the draft. The Rock could be on Raw. The Rock could be on SmackDown. The Rock could be on the Osbournes. The Rock could be on Frasier. Like, Like that's like the main thing so many people tuned in for, just any like funny segment with The Rock, you know.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel the superstars nowadays lack that humor, or are not allowed to.
That's definitely a huge part of it. So my number one, I think I'll switch a couple. All right, so my number one will be Gold Dust, Booker T, and Kevin Nash. Goldust comes out dressed as Darth Vader. Is like, Booker T, I am your father. And Booker T is like using the lightsaber. He was like, what was like Obi-Wan Book Obi or something like that, or Qui-Gon Booker, and he's like, you know, and then it's like, I am your father, and then Kevin Nash punches him in the head. I'm your daddy.
Oh yeah. Ah man. Classic.
I might. So I'm putting this in my honorable mentions instead. This is when The Rock was doing an impersonation of Stone Cold Steve Austin, making him like, I'll get in that. He's wearing his like vest and his hat. Get in the truck, listen to some Backstreet Boys, drinking Steve Weisers, listening to Destiny's Child and the Spice Girls.
What match was that leading up to?
I'm not sure. It might have been one of the It might have been one of like the first WrestleManias, or maybe listen to some Backstreet Boys.
Or Insane. No, wait. What else did he say?
Listen to some Backstreet Boys, some Destiny's Child, some Spice Girls. You don't know where it's gonna lead up to. I could go on with these. I wish we could do a whole podcast just talking about backstage segments.
Like I mentioned earlier, this could have been a top 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. But like off the top of my head, I could just think of all the ones that made me laugh the most. That was like the biggest one of it. I think another big Rock one was where he did, like, I actually downloaded this as an audio clip, so I never saw the video. But it's The Rock doing an impersonation of all these different wrestlers.
Yeah.
You run your mouth like you're some impressive cowboy, and I'm gonna take your gun and I'm gonna spin it around like this.
I don't remember that one.
I think it had to be something. And then there's also the sheriff's back in town, and he did an impersonation of Bret Hart, Ric Flair,
Hogan. Yeah.
Ooh, what you gonna do when the 24? Oh no, that's not it. I guess that would probably be tied when you see Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and Kane were teaming up to face the NWO, and then Kane does the promo. He just steps it up, and instead of Hogan or The Rock doing it, he steals the show. Or 20,000 screaming Canaanites.
Canaanites. Yeah, I remember that one. SmackDown. Yep.
Rock, are you ready? It doesn't matter if you're ready. Like I probably watched that I still watch that clip repeatedly to get myself hyped up for everything. Like,
damn, it hypes you up that much?
Oh my god, it's just like, because the Kane just steals the show. It's kind of like when you want to outstage a band or steal the show from another actor or comedian. Like anyone who's a performer, these promos, like, I think the stuff were, you're kind of the underdog. Kane was kind of the underdog promo wise in this, and he stole the segment.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I'd love to see Kane in more movies. I want to see him be funny. I want to see him be scary. I want to see him do it all. He may be a little bit older, but you can never be too old to be funny. You're never too old to be funny. You're never too old to act. Because there's funny grandpas. There's so many different things you could do in the world of movies. Because when you think about that, it incorporates every form of art all together. Or like Vince McMahon says, here's another backstage segment. We make movies, pal.
I don't remember that. That's kind of a deep.
I don't think that was a backstage segment. I think it was an interview, like a serious interview with Vince McMahon, and he drinks water. We don't do wrestling. We make movies, pal. And he just chews on his water. Because it's Vince McMahon. Ah. Ah. So yeah, that's my top 5.
Cool beans, man. That's awesome. And yeah, I mean, you know, this could have been freaking 6 hours long. But,
oh yeah.
But you know, we got some good moments in there, and hopefully there's more in the future, right? Hopefully WWE steps it up and brings us more humor. I feel the humor delivered a lot there. So, but yeah. So, thanks everybody. If you made it this far, feel free, of course, to subscribe. Yes, and see you guys on the next one. Yes, Matt. Tell them what do we do here?
We don't make podcasts. We make apple turnovers with mint leaves, and we massage you at a resort.
But not for free, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. All right, guys. See ya.
Everybody has a price. Ha ha.
See you in the next one.